The summons no human had ever been summoned to the throne world of Zyrelia, at least not without an army behind them or chains around their wrists. I had neither. As my transport descended through layers of violet clouds and shimmering orbital shields, I felt the familiar weight against my chest, hidden beneath my uniform. A small object, smooth, warm, ancient, the gift. I hadn't taken it out in years. I hadn't needed to. The escort drones flanked my ship in perfect symmetry, their crystalline hulls reflecting starlight like cold judgment. Every species in the Concord knew what this summons meant. The alien queen herself had requested my presence. Not my rank, not my title, me. The ship landed within the Grand Convergence Hall, a structure so vast it made cities feel insignificant. Representatives of over 1,000 species filled the ascending platforms. Feathers, scales, chitin, light forms, beings of pure sound, every eye turning toward the lone human walking forward. I heard whispers ripple through the chamber. A human, they still exist. Why would the Queen summon one of them? I kept walking, because I already knew the answer. The Queen of Stars, she sat upon a throne grown, not built, an organic structure of living crystal and bioluminescent veins that pulsed with her heartbeat. Queen Elthyra, ruler of Zyrelia, architect of the Galactic Concord, the being who had ended 3 extinction wars with a single command. She hadn't changed. Her form towered above all others, elegant, terrifying, radiant. 6 luminous eyes regarded the chamber with ancient intelligence. Her crown floated above her head, a halo of orbiting light shards. The hall fell silent as she rose. Bring the human forward. Every gaze sharpened. I stepped onto the central dais alone. No weapons, no armor, just memory. The Queen studied me for a long moment, long enough that even immortal beings grew uncomfortable. Then her eyes narrowed, not in anger, in recognition. Her voice echoed through the hall, resonant and impossibly gentle. You still live. A murmur spread like wildfire. I inclined my head. As you decreed your radiance, her gaze dropped, not to my face, to my chest. Her eyes widened. The chamber gasped as she whispered words no one else understood. You still carry it. The gift. I reached inside my uniform slowly, deliberately. No one stopped me. I withdrew the object and held it up for all to see. It was small by galactic standards, about the size of a human palm. A crystalline shard, glowing softly from within, etched with symbols older than most civilizations present. The heartseed of Zyrelia. The hall erupted. That artifact was lost. It is sacred. A human was forbidden to possess. The Queen raised a single hand. Silence fell instantly. Her voice trembled, not with weakness, but with emotion carefully restrained. I gave that to a dying human child 3 centuries ago. Shock rippled outward. 3 centuries. I was not 3 centuries old, not biologically, but humans had learned to borrow time. I told you, she continued, her gaze never leaving the heartseed, that if you lived, if you endured, it would mean our future had not yet failed. I closed my fingers around the crystal. You said, I replied quietly, that as long as it still pulsed, hope remained. The heartseed glowed brighter. Memory of ASHES, the Queen gestured, and the chamber darkened. A projection bloomed into existence, stars fading, worlds burning. The Concord remembers humanity, she said, as a minor species that vanished during the fringe collapse. Her eyes hardened. That is a lie created for convenience. The image shifted. Earth, blue, alive, then fire. I remembered that day. I had been a child, standing amid ruins that still smoked. The sky had been blackened by orbital bombardment. Alien warfleets clashed above my world, uncaring of the species below. Humanity had been collateral, expendable. I had wandered into the wreckage of a Zyrelian scout vessel, bleeding, terrified, expecting death. Instead, I found her, wounded, trapped, furious at the galaxy. She could have crushed me with a thought. Instead, she listened. She stood before me, the Queen said softly, narrating her own memory, and spoke not of vengeance, but of rebuilding. The projection showed a young human child, me, offering water to a fallen queen. The hall was deathly quiet. I saw something then, Elthyra continued. A species that should have hated the stars, yet still reached for them. A promise across time. I gave you the heartseed, the Queen said, knowing it would bind itself to your life force. The artifact pulsed in my hand. You told me, I said, that if humanity survived, if we grew wiser, we were to return it. The Queen stepped down from her throne. Each step sent waves of energy across the floor. And did you? I met her gaze. No, I said. A gasp swept the chamber. I didn't return it, I continued steadily. Because humanity did not survive as you hoped. The heartseed dimmed. But we endured, I added. We adapted, we learned, we remembered. The crystal flared again, brighter than ever before. The Queen's voice dropped to a whisper. Then the gift has chosen well. The truth revealed, I turned to face the assembly. You erased humanity from your records, I said. Declared us extinct. Faces shifted, appendages twitched. We allowed it, I continued. Because extinction was safer than observation. A hologram appeared, human colonies hidden beyond mapped space. Human-built stations camouflaged within nebulae. Fleets powered by scavenged alien tech and human innovation. We became the galaxy's ghosts, I said, learning, watching. The Queen watched in silence. When the Concord grew complacent, I went on. When empires forgot the cost of war, we remembered. The heartseed vibrated violently now, resonating with the hall itself. You summoned me, I said, turning back to her, because you felt it awaken. She nodded slowly. Yes, she said, a beacon only I could sense. The test, why reveal yourselves now, demanded a towering reptilian delegate. I didn't answer, the Queen did. Because the Devourers are returning, she said. The hall erupted in panic. Ancient enemies, world eaters, the reason the Concord had been formed in the first place. They will arrive within one cycle, she continued. And the Concord is unprepared. Her gaze returned to me. You, she said, were not summoned as a witness. She extended her hand. You were summoned as a question. Every being leaned forward. Human, she declared, what has your species become? I placed the heartseed back against my chest. Then I smiled. Humanity's answer, we became what the galaxy needed, I said. The chamber lights flared. Human warships decloaked across the projection, sleek, asymmetrical, bristling with unconventional weaponry. We learned from every species that tried to erase us, I continued calmly. Your strengths. Your mistakes. I met the Queen's gaze without fear. We learned restraint, I said, and resolve. The heartseed rose from my chest, floating between us. You gave us hope, I said. We turned it into preparation. The Queen reached out, her fingers brushing the artifact. The crystal split, unfolding into a lattice of light that spread across the chamber, interfacing with Concord systems. Ancient defenses awakened. Lost technologies surged back online. The Queen laughed, a sound like stars being born. Recognition, she turned to the assembly. Behold, she proclaimed, the species you discarded. Her eyes shone with pride. They did not beg, she said. They did not forget. They did not squander the gift. She faced me once more. You have carried it longer than I expected, she admitted. I bowed my head. Hope is heavy, I said, but humans are used to carrying impossible things. The Queen placed her hand over her heart in the Zyrelian gesture of highest honor. Then stand with us, she said, not as ghosts, but as equals. The galaxy holds its breath, the Concord voted in stunned silence. One by one, ancient species signaled assent, not out of fear, out of respect. As the hall filled with renewed light, the Queen spoke words that echoed across every star system. Let the record show, she declared, that humanity was never extinct. She looked at me, at the small, stubborn gift that had bridged centuries. They were merely becoming ready. The gift returned later, alone beneath alien stars. The Queen asked softly, do you regret carrying it so long? I looked at the heartseed, now dormant, its purpose fulfilled. No, I said. It reminded us who we could be. She smiled, a rare, radiant thing. Then the gift was never the crystal, she said. It was the faith. And for the first time in centuries, the galaxy believed in humanity again.